A Fox News alert now, the FBI announcing the first ever terrorism charges against a law enforcement officer. The suspect, Nicholas Young, appearing in court right now. Police say Young was a 12-year veteran of the Washington, D.C. Transit Police Force. He allegedly traveled to Libya in 2011 and planned to travel overseas to join ISIS to help ISIS operatives find more ways to communicate in secret. But authorities say he posed no threat to the D.C. metro system. Let's bring in Hunter Shkolnik, trial attorney, and Jonna Spilbor, former prosecutor and defense attorney. All right, Jonna.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good to see you both, but no threat to the D.C. metro system. As somebody who rides it all the time,
right.
Not especially reassuring because it looks like they had this guy under surveillance or interested in him for at least 6 years that we know of.
Yes, and that's why this is so scary, because it involves a defendant who is somebody who's supposed to protect and serve us, and instead he may be protecting and serving ISIS with access to the metro system. I mean, look, anybody can go into any metro system. I suppose we have these lone wolf attacks that can happen at any time, but he's the guy who's supposed to be making sure they don't happen.
He's the transit police officer. I mean, Hunter, what do you make of this?
I think you have to look at it. There's also a positive to the story. It's unfortunate to say there is a positive, but the FBI has been following this man for 6 years. They didn't just quickly arrest him and stop him. They wanted to see where this went. So it's unfortunate that it is a police officer, the first police officer to be involved. But we have the FBI doing their job and actively pursuing these leads.
Well, and Jonna, of course, we always have this issue about civil liberties and balancing that. And as you mentioned, Hunter, I mean, taking 6 years to track him. They've interviewed him before. They knew about his movements, whether he understood that he was under surveillance or not, certainly. But there is that balance between being able to track, and the FBI says they've got investigations in all 50 states, and find the ones who will actually act or do something.
See, I think we're casting a very wide net, which I see as a good thing. The statute itself supporting terrorism, especially in this case, there's no state minimum amount. In other words, this guy was picked up because he helped, he sent a gift card or whatever for $250. That's not a lot of money. But where will the net end? In other words, if this guy's grandmother sends him a birthday card with $50 in it, could she come within the statute? Are we going to be arresting those kinds of people too? Maybe we have to. Maybe we have to, and then ferret out, because, like I said, we can't have police officers not doing their job and instead causing harm. So I say the wider the net, the better.
Yeah, and Hunter, I mean, there are all kinds of things he could face if convicted. And of course, innocent until proven guilty. I mean, he's been charged. So we'll watch this play out. But how much do you think that the good law enforcement, the ones prosecuting this case, will want to make an example of this guy and send a message to others who may be in other law enforcement agencies, local, state, federal, whatever it is across the country, contemplating or doing the same things? I
think they're going to use this as a very good example of what has to be done. They are going to make an example of this young man, and it's important. We're watching him for 6 years. Whether it's a $250 card, that one $250 card may have been the link in that iPhone or in that phone that connected this group to a terrorist act in the subway system. So I think they did a very good job here, and they're going to enforce this.
And apparently this guy, an officer for 12 to 13 years, so you have to wonder, as we discussed, at what point he went to the dark side. Yeah. Maybe we'll find out in the course of this trial. Jonna and Hunter, great to see you both.
Good to see you. Thank you.